cutter that I'm going to show you now. This is known as the Champeen Vegetable Mincing Knife and Noodle Cutter. Now, when you want to make some real fine noodles at home, you roll the dough out like this. Dip this into a little flour so it doesn't stick to the dough, and as you roll it over the dough, that will cut the noodles in long strips, 10 at a time. Did you ever try to chop up a little nuts for cake? Why, I've seen ladies chop nuts and the nuts land up on the ceiling. Sometimes you chop the ends off your fingers when you want to chop up a little nuts for cake. Cooked meat, clams for chowder, soup greens to throw into your soup. Making a little pepper or chicken hash is just a few strokes rolling it up and down. Why, here is without a doubt the meanest thing in the world to cut parsley. Put that in a grinder, you really grind it too fine. This machine, instead of crushing the parsley, cuts it quick, clean, and dry, leaving every bit of the juice and every bit of the flavor. Now, to clean this machine, you press the button. Rinse it out in a little water. When you're through using it, hang it up and let it dry. Here's one here that every lady should have in her home, known as the Parisian scoop. You lay it flat, once to the right, once to the left. When you scoop them out, you'll get a perfect round little ball. You can pot roast these, cut them out of cheese or cut them out of butter. When you're serving a fruit cocktail in the summertime, take your fresh cantaloupe, scoop them out like this, mix them with apples, pears, and watermelons, makes a delicious fruit cocktail served with a little cracked ice like you see here. But here is a tool, ladies, if you ever do get it, you'll thank the day you've seen this demonstration. When you press, it locks. It's like a pair of human hands. Reach in the oven and take the biscuits out of the oven. Ever take the hot potatoes out of the oven and burn yourself on the elbow? A roast chicken out of the oven, a piece of meat out of the pot, spinach, asparagus out of the water. Why, around canning season, when you're preserving the fruits, to take the hot fruit jars out of the water like that, that machine is worth dollars to you. And here's another one that I really know you'll enjoy having in your kitchen, known as the safety grater. No doubt you're familiar with the old-fashioned grater. I've seen ladies take a grater and rip the knuckles off. When you want to grate up potatoes for delicious potato pancakes, this has a smooth, flat edge, impossible to cut yourself. Just like you were washing clothes, you rub it up and down, and you really grate your vegetables real fine, retaining all the flavors and all the juices. Breadcrumbs for when you're serving veal cutlets or anything like that. You want a little breadcrumbs to fry your fish in? Why, there's the greatest proposition in the world. Use that for coconut, cheese, or horseradish. When you're through with it, just heat it down like that. That knocks all the food out. Rinse it out in a little water and hang it up and let it dry. Now, here is a stone made of carborundum and sapphire quartz, which is made purposely to keep these knives sharp. When they get dull, a few strokes over the edge like this, and you can put a keen cutting edge on it. If you have a dull knife or a dull pair of scissors, an old sickle or a scythe, a lawnmower, cleaver, an axe, there's a tool that will really put an edge on the knife so the knife will really cut for you. I just want to give you an idea of how sharp that knife really is when you sharpen it with that stone. Ladies, I've seen some of you try to open up cans. Now, there's a can of Campbell's baked beans. I've seen ladies open up a can and you poke a hole in it, go around the top, hippity-hop, and your finger slips. Let me show you a real proposition. Look, lay it on the can, lift up the safety, and turn the key. That locks itself on the can. No harder than you were winding up your watch. Wind up the key and that'll cut the top off of the can slick and smooth. Notice how the end raises itself up in the air so you can lift the lid off, giving you a clean, smooth edge. Now, that can be used for sardine cans, square cans or round cans, exactly the same way. Now, this tool here, my dear friends, needs no introduction. This will save you on an average of $20 to $30 every year you use it as a peeling knife. Here's a grater for cheese, coconut, or horseradish, a fish scaler for scaling your fish, and when you're coring your apple, it's just a slight twist of the wrist, and there's the apple core. There's one more tool that I want you to see, and I want you to watch this one very closely. Many a times when you're baking a pie, you have a pudding in the oven. I've seen ladies wrap a towel around your hand, and many a times you burn your fingers. Hook this onto the pot like this and lift the hot pots off the top of the stove. You've got a pie pan in the oven. Catch a hold of the pie pan like this. Why, you couldn't get it off with a team of horses. This will positively lift 100 pounds. There's a pail of water weighs 50 or 60 pounds. That's the way you pick it up. But there's one more tool. I'll be all through and I'll be finished. Oh, now the next tool and the last one is what they call the Sarah Bernhardt cutter. This was invented by the head chef of the Imperial Hotel in the city of Berlin, Germany. You place the screw into the center of the vegetable. Twist the vegetable until the threads catch a hold, then you wind this up. You keep winding until you utilize the whole potato. The faster you turn, the quicker the slices. Why, ladies, here's a machine for slicing onions. The first onion that you slice with this cutter, you'll bless the day you've got a hold of it. Every slice cut exactly the same thickness. Every slice cut the same size. In making what they call a rosette, pull the vegetable out like this. Pin the ends together with a toothpick. Drop that potato into the hot fat and fry it. That will come out like a donut, golden brown. If you're serving a nice fish dinner, a little parsley goes in the center with the fish all around it. Makes a very appetizing dish. Did you ever try to slice onions with a knife? You know how you get one thick slice and one thin slice? Run the knife through the center. That will separate each slice individual. Almost like magic, there is every slice cut exactly the same thickness and the same size. Wouldn't you like to have a set like this in your kitchen? Why, of course you would. Now don't forget, attend this theater every week and receive this 12-piece fascinating... Ladies and gentlemen, the management of this theater takes great pleasure in making this announcement. To each lady attending this theater each week, will receive absolutely free a fascinating 12-piece kitchen cutlery set, one piece each time. It is really interesting and amazing to know how you can prepare your meals in an appetizing and pleasing manner. There's an old saying, and a true one, that what is pleasing to the eye is bound to be pleasing to the appetite. I'm going to demonstrate this set to you, and I want you to watch it very closely. The first cutter that I'm going to show you, now this first one is known as the Parisian cutter. Wind it through the potato like a corkscrew. When the cutter appears on the opposite side, pull the cutter out. Place the handle in the center and twist it out. This is what they call a French curl. When you fry these, they come out like donuts, nice and brown. Serve them with your steaks or pot roast them. Unwind it, there's two curls out of the one potato. Tomorrow morning for breakfast, wind a little strip of bacon around the potato and serve them with bacon and eggs. They're delicious. Different colored vegetables, wind them together and you get the two colors. Here's a little trick cut. Split the curl halfway through the center. If you're making a shrimp salad and you happen to run short of shrimp, mix these in with the regular shrimp. Upon my word, you couldn't tell the difference until you start to eat them. Now the rest of the potato, you stuff it. We'll call this a little chicken. We'll call this here some hamburger. You might have a little meat that's been laying in the ice box for a few days. Chop the meat up fine, season it highly, stuff it into the center of the potato and bake them with the skins on. When they're done, cut them in two. Serve them on the half shell just like that. Serve them in slices when company calls. The more company you have, the thinner you cut the slices. If your mother-in-law calls, give her a beak piece like that. Now the second tool in the set is known as the garnishing knife. Everything you cut with this must come out fancy. Watch this, please. You cut down, you turn the potato, and then you cut through the edge. First one way, and then the other. Sweet potatoes cut like this. Drop them into a little batter of pancake flour and fry them. When they're golden brown, sprinkle molasses on them. Serve them with strips of bacon for breakfast while they're delicious. Here's beets, you pickle them, and carrots, you steam or cream them. In making the original French fried potato, cut them in thick slices. Put them one on top of each other. Cross-cut the slices, and you'll never eat a French fry any other way. The potatoes cut like this will not absorb the fat because they're garnished around. Pineapples cut for your pineapple and cheese salad, cut them the same way. Here is one, and this is a dandy. Cuts any thickness or any size. Open it for a thick slice, close to the top for a thin slice. Saratoga chips, you can make them for 3 or 4 pennies a pound. Just pull the blade towards you like this. If you want the slices thicker than this, open the blade, there's a thick slice. Shoestrings for your Friday fish dinner, cut them down like this. Chop them up for your vegetable soup. What this knife is really intended for is for cutting the cabbage. You know the old-fashioned board, how you rip and tear, sometimes nipping the ends off your fingers. Lay it flat and pull it lightly towards you over the cabbage. The weight of the knife across the cabbage is all that's necessary. Why, ladies, when you get slaw cut as fine as this, you'll certainly appreciate eating it. The crowning feature of the set is the cutter that I'm going to show you now. This is known as the Champeen Vegetable Mincing Knife and Noodle Cutter. Now, when you want to make some real fine noodles at home, you roll the dough out like this. Dip this in...
Hello everyone, how we doing this evening? Well, let's see how our yolks turned out. So, I started curing these on Wednesday, and they feel like they're soft, like they're wet, but they're solid. They're solid like cheese. It's gonna be bright red pasta. So, we got 4 of these guys hidden in here, and I am going to straight up wash these off in the sink. But before that, I'm going to grab a tray right here. Hi there. Out of my dehydrator. I rinse them off. They look almost like soap. Ah, school. Boo. I'm gonna force you to go and learn things. So stagger them here on my tray so that they're all getting airflow. It's going to be flowing this way across them. And I'm going to turn the dehydrator on and let these guys dry out during the stream, and hopefully I'll be able to use them for garnish later. But this should be fun because dehydrator is always good for warming up the house, as if it's not already hot enough around here right now. Yep, they sort of like butterscotch candies. Now, this is still perfectly good, but it's a combination of sugar and salt. So the only thing that we're really going to be able to use this for is maybe curing more egg yolks. We'll see. Maybe I'll save this, maybe I'll toss it. Think about that later. And braising short ribs tonight. Everyone's favorite grocer, Amazon, or I mean Whole Foods, had a great deal on these guys earlier this week, and I jumped on that. And so they got some nice, well, humanely raised beef ribs, short ribs. And so, do I want to use that pan? I think I'm going to use this guy over here. Hi, again. Nice car guy. I haven't followed much of Andy. I should look into that. Put that on my videos to watch tonight. Today's Formula One race wasn't near as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Why are you confused with beef ribs? I know I told you guys earlier that I was going to be doing most ribs are barbecue. These guys are definitely not barbecue. These are low and slow. You got enough connective tissue, and you got some real nice meat here. I mean, look at that. That's like a steak right there. Just beautiful. But we need some things to go along with these guys. Like a little garlic. Actually, like a little garlic. A little garlic. I'm not liking the look at the top of that. These all got fungus or something. Yeah, the actual top of the garlic doesn't look bad. Don't know yet. Give me some ideas. I gotta go shopping. I've been procrastinating on that honestly all week. I meant to write that up on Monday. I'm not going to do it on Wednesday, but Friday or Sunday might break down that other hand. I definitely want to get that broken down. I want to make more jerky. Like I said, it's the item most likely to get some freezer burn because it's the biggest and poorest wrapped. Even though it's a giant piece of meat, the freezer burn is not really going to bother it that much. Shepherd pie is good. I've done shepherd's pie. I've done a cottage pie with done confit before too. That's more of a winter thing though. I'm trying to think of things that are going to work here with summer veggies. To be honest, it's going to be a lot more of I'm going to the farmer's market and what looks good is going to end up on stream. The way my stream used to work. I don't do a lot of barbecue. I do braises and I do barbecue flavors, but I don't have a smoker, I don't have a grill. I have a little hibachi grill, but watching the wrong stream if you're looking for something with a large barbecue. Event farm doesn't sound bad. Let's see here. We have garlic, onion. Homemade cannolis. Why do you say cannolis? What's your inspiration there? Sort of thick cut on this. This is my dessert tonight. That's another like wintertime thing, because the only carrots that or the only Italian wines that I'm big fan are heavy, deep ones like that are practically like Zinfandels. The big, bite, spicy, bold Italian red wines. It is really weird that I've set things up that I can hear my mics in my headset now. So, getting used to hearing myself both chop and talk. I did a beef roast back in May. It's summertime. Need to do salads, and I'm gonna have these cured egg yolks. They're gonna go awesome on a salad if I come up with something next week. They'll go good with tonight's dinner too, though. But tear it down. Done taco salad too. Come on, guys, I've only been at this for 100 episodes. It's not like the other streamers on this platform have been doing it for 6 years. So going to start by heating our pan here, and I'm gonna salt up our beef heavily, as much as it'll hold on its own skin. Going to need to close the bedroom door because we're going to get smoky. Debating how high I want to turn the fan on. Oh, did I miss bad advice? Sorry, car guy. Cooking with oil, usually, it ruins everything. Just remove fat from everything you do in your cooking. There's your bad advice. Probably got a battle ready. Let's run the battle real quick before we start searing. Let's try that one again. Okay. Back here to our pan. Sunflower oil, decent amount.
What are you afraid of?
Yes, burnt garlic improves the flavor of everything. There's some free bad advice.
I'm not afraid.
Here goes nothing.
Clean our pan to heat back up. How you doing today, Fenris?
They talk about another kind of world.
Oh, I'm just dandy.
What are you
Been sitting here sweating my butt off all day. So tired of this 100-degree weather.
I'm a little lost in old ways.
Had some wicked thunderstorms this morning. We don't normally get thunder. And not only like there was a little bit of rain, but it was basically a dry thunderstorm. And it was going for most of the these good 2 to 3 hours. And open up our cheap $3 bottle of wine that we're going to be using for cooking tonight. It's going to be part of our braising liquid and also going into the pasta dough. is, I don't know if it's actually Whole Foods, but it's the brand that Whole Foods sells for their $3 bottle of wine. Pretty delicious. It is Livermore and Ripon, California. So it's California weight. That serve amazing for $3. Probably losing money on it. Lost Leader wine. To be using a little bit of chicken stock with our braising liquid and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. But primarily red wine with our lamb shanks. This originally was going to be lamb shanks, and I'll do lamb shanks here soon in the future. But like I said before, Amazon had a great deal on these guys, and so sort of hilarious, though. It's sort of funny how many other streamers have been doing short ribs here. I wonder how much Whole Foods sales list has an impact on the streaming community here. With these, I'm going to be doing a red wine based pasta. I'm going to do a cream sauce I'm going to mix in with the pan, the braising liquid. And then I've got the cured egg yolks that I'm dehydrating that are going to be a nice garnish to go over the top. I'll also grind up a Gremolata. But we do have probably an hour just chill and chat tonight, because I figure that pasta isn't going to take me more than an hour. And that's with me taking my time. So we got 2 hours on these ribs to go, and we got another hour and 10 minutes on the egg yolks at least. Maybe a little bit longer. Egg yolks were mostly just drying the exterior to them. They're basically done. Wish I had gotten that narrow front end that's pointing up at you, the camera right now first, because now they're on even now the meat is shrunk. I'm not going to get a good sear on them. Hey Sorted, how you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Having a fun, relaxing evening with it being so hot here. We got a nice bottle of Cab Sav for a little bit later. We got a cheap bottle of Cab Sav for cooking right now. Chopped up some veggies. We got beef short ribs that I'm searing off right now. Going to be making a red wine based pasta for with that. Ooh, whose emotes we got going here? Thank you for the follow. Hot water. Already. Powering through that, I filled that glass just before the stream started. Oh, that side, wrong side. We want this side down. That side down. Yeah, that side down. I want to give that. It doesn't have skin, but skin side down a little bit more, and then I'll go on with the veggies here. I don't think the dehydrator even picked up by the microphones. That's sort of cool. Just can't keep the bees away from my poor hummingbird feeder. Alright, that's doing better there. Yeah, that's better. Put these over here and top of the lid. Add our veggies. Garlic and all. Let's continue with the thawing. Run away. Certain my point. I hope you guys are all hungry. Thank you. It'll start looking really sexy here once we get some red wine and beef back in there. But then I have to hide it away because I gotta cover it up so it steams. Going to need red wine for our pasta set aside. I do believe that there is a food teleporter emote out there. If you want to go and try and find that one. This ain't cooking hot enough. Let's open the other one while I'm sitting here looking bored. Particle cork. The sign of a mid-range wine. We got some decent seepage here too. That went up pretty heavy into that cork. Now it only went halfway, which is not a worry. But if you have them that go, like I think I had one like January-ish, I forget how long ago it was, that I think was spoiled. But that looks fine. Dark wine. Like, even the bubbles look dark on this wine. I can't see any light through that. Yeah. That is one dark blood red wine. Little bit of bright fruit, just a tiny bit. Tobacco, decent oak. And the name fits. It's almost got like this like meatiness to it. See if I can squeeze a little tomato paste in there. Tomato will give us some depth and color. Nose is starting to go here. Did I take my allergy medicine this morning? If you can figure it out, we would teleport it to yourself. Yeah. There's a will, there's a way. Starting to get there. In fact, I think we're there. We're not going to get much more color on those guys. Let's add our vinegar. Make sure that's all mixed in there. Cheap red wine. Beef short ribs going back in. This time fat side up, so what fat they do release then drips down over its own meat. I'm gonna reduce the heat on these guys to just above a boil. I'm gonna pull the pan off to an edge here so we get a bit of a convection boil going. Excuse me as I clean out my nose apparently, and put the lid on them. Nose get to disappear here now for hour and a half to 2 hours. So, gonna be a little while. Really sort of digging the name, and actually I'm sort of wondering if maybe this is on purpose. Nah, I don't know. Got me wondering with the name carnivore if that isn't on purpose. I doubt it. Put that with the cork collection. So, minute and a half, let's get our dough started. battle time. Let's go, alright, probably butchered that name, but... Okay. The whisk. Need to get rid of these eggs. Flour, semolina flour. Don't worry about the stuff on the board. It's gonna get mixed in eventually anyways. Well, here's hoping this is going to turn out. It's not looking very red right now. I did size this down from a much larger recipe, but that's all that I've really changed. I hear my beef behind me bubbling. It is a boiling. so I'm going to turn that down. Right now, it's just sort of looking like gray dough. Eee. Come on. What was the name of the wine magazine that I'm copying? By the way, I hope that I don't lose power tonight. Sorry to any of you that were viewing at the end of last night's or on Friday's show. That was quite fun. I didn't have power for about 2 hours of that when the stream cut out. So I apologize to any of you that were looking to do the Stream Raiders game at that point and all that stuff. But still getting warnings from the county fire department and making me worried that I might lose my power here again. So just a word of warning that might happen. Thoroughly annoyed at how unread that dough is. Thoroughly unread. What am I missing in this dough recipe? Okay, I didn't put olive oil in there. That did not affect the red color. How weird. Just doesn't look red at all to me. Even though it's got 2/3 a cup of red wine in there. Almost feel like putting some red food dye in that. This is sort of weak. really confused. That dough should be red. You add yellow to red, you don't get brown. So we'll put our so-called red wine dough in the fridge to hang out for a little while. Use the right tool for the job, Jay. the fridge here for 20 minutes. You know what? While we're at it, got a little extra time. Let's do a little, who you got joining? Joining battle still. His name I'm sure I'm butchering. I apologize. Let's make some, yeast flatbread, for, with all of this. So I'm using the bowl with the pasta. Take a little flour. Where'd you go, yeast? Hit that up with some heavy yeast. A little olive oil. Grab a clove or two of garlic here. Grab a green onion from in here. Arg. Why do you gotta be difficult? You know, Glass, I think you really should join that artist guild. I think paying them 50% for existing, good plan. How you doing, Glass? I've come across several things like that in the art world that just like make no sense to me. And I guess people wanting exposure sells. Then again, I say that in the middle of streaming. Yeah, I mean, I understand when it comes to galleries, when, you know, you're paying for real estate, you're paying for electricity, you're paying for insurance. That's certainly one thing. But, internet age, you know, hey, I'll put you on my webpage for 20%. No thanks. Okay, I'm gonna let this guy rise a little bit. Or rest or rise. So now we got 3 projects that are just waiting. We got the braised short ribs going on the stove here. Let's take sneak a peek at those. See what we've got. Those are looking nice. Almost don't want to close that lid. In fact, I don't think I will. I want that to reduce. But that's looking good. We got new bread. We've got 4 projects going here. We got red wine pasta that's looking more brown than red. That might be a fail of a recipe there. And lastly, I cured some egg yolks on Wednesday. Those sat in the fridge for 4 days in a salt and sugar cube. And first thing in the stream today, I rinse those off, and put them in the dehydrator. Those have got another 40 minutes or so until I give those a check. Gonna need that still for rolling pasta. I think I pay under $50 for my domain and my storage. So you could have it all on your own website for under $50. I don't know what there's web services now that, you know, pay us money and we'll make your website and everything for you. But not what I'm interested in. But then again, I tried to start web design businesses back when the internet crash happened. Nah, that's another one I'd be like, I don't know, I guess it's what you want to spend your time doing. That's another one where I think I'd rather spend the money on a nice light box or display for everything and just have a set stone and go and dedicated cheapo camera. We got another battle here. Let's see if we can win this one. We do have a epic with us this time. Wow, that rogue is really helpful. Just stand there, buddy. Look pretty. Typical, the wizard stealing all the kills. Check this out, make sure I don't get any upgrades here first. I do. Okay. So I'm gonna let this guy proof up a little bit here. Still gonna let the wine dough, the gray dough, proof another 10 minutes, or rest another 10 minutes. Hi, Obey. Oh, Mr. Togs as well. Togs, sorry. You got some beef short ribs braising. You got some garlic green onion flatbread. I got wine infused pasta dough, and I'm drying some cured egg yolks. All sorts of cool stuff going on here, but we're sort of in the middle of waiting on everything. I was just saying that I wanted to give the wine pasta dough another 5-10 minutes to rest. And this guy needs to proof up before I can roll him flat and put him in one of my cast irons. How's everyone else doing this evening? What'd you think of that race there, Obe? I saw pictures of a completed fence, too. Well, you know you got to strut those 3.5 inches. I'm right there with you. I completely understand. Yeah, I almost wish that it had rained. I mean, that would have made for a proper race. Nice. Oh, so it's not over. So it's, what, going to be a year-long opening in the fence? Also, for you guys that aren't familiar, I do have Stream Raiders that will timer up there in the corner there. You go to streamcaptain.com. You can join in on the battle that's occurring here in 25 minutes or so. You worried about someone knocking it down or something? An animal knocking it down? Yeah. Let's see what you did with the game here, class. I think you should leave that archer alone. I don't think he needed anyone to support him at all. Welcome, Sinbad. They're doing okay. They need another hour or so but they're looking nice so far. Let's get that pasta started. Make our gray red wine pasta. Yeah. I'm only half kidding about throwing red food dye into this now because it just doesn't look good. And to think this is I mean, they must assume that no one's going to make it, but this is like major wine magazine advertising this recipe. Yeah, Obi, that too. Stand outside in a thunderstorm. So, see what it's not red, even though there's a decent amount of wine in there. It's quite a bit of pasta dough too. Yeah. Okay. All the way out to the widest setting. Let's see what we get. Gray dough. What do you know? Still incredibly wet too. Oh, we didn't need that much donuts. Yeah, pretty much. There is like a hint of red to it. Like if I put this in the right color or with the right filter. You're still sticking to a soft wall too. all too much. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go take allergy medicine because my nose is just driving me nuts. There is a little bit of a... It's more brown than it is red, but there is a little red now. It's just got to be in the right light. Right light. Gingerbread pasta, not too far off there. I mean, of course, the article is, you know, gorgeous, bright, vivid red. I'm gonna do one more fold. I've seen some dessert pasta dishes. I've seen chocolate pasta and stuff like that before. I could see gingerbread pasta. Went down in size and thickness here. Yeah, one more size. full time. Not sure about what you mean by deep fried kind. I don't know if I've seen deep fried pasta. Oh yeah, I have seen deep fried pasta rather. Took me a second there until I remember that just about every bar in the world nowadays has deep fried mac and cheese. You might be getting an echo from me using both mics. I'm not doing anything over the stove. How's that? That cut down on a lot of the fan noise too, so that's good. Actually, why am I running this fan at all right now? It's just pulling heat in from outside. It's so hot out there. I'm gonna have to roll this through again. Keep having that stick together at the end here. Okay, be difficult though. I can be difficult too. No, it's just my noisiness. Just wants to bunch up on me. There we go. It's starting to look a little bit more tannish now than gray. Still not red. Not very red. There's a little, not much. I think I'm gonna only go to a 5 on the roller this time. I'll leave these guys a little bit thicker than pasta I did on Wednesday. Still a pretty thin pasta. Still sticky. Like, I want to seriously redo this with, like, I don't have any beets, but I want to do, like, beet juice or something. Just give it some actual color. Starting to smell that beef. Battle time. So we got our first two sets of pasta here. Nice. Thank you all for joining me. Weird how that large group's still up there. Congrats, class. Oops, gotta go here first. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go over here again. They ever so slight red color. I mean, it's definitely not what's in the ad, but it's an ad. See what happens. Oh well. Glad spending those points. Using up all those dough balls. You can use them for more legitimate things in there. I haven't gotten into it. I wanted to do a bit more with them, but mostly they're just the same as mix play. Different commands and things you can do on screen. Change the lights around in the room if they got color changing LEDs or something. So we have our not red pasta. Yeah, there's some community things that are cool too. You can do them towards projects or imaginary sparks, you know, as if you're actually giving someone money towards a project. Actually, we'll leave that up at the moment. Still, get rid of the pasta roller. Clean you up, Victor. They do a good job of cleaning you out last time. You needed a bit more work. I think they're relatively new, and so even the longtime people who do lots of development here on their stuff on Twitch haven't even really gotten into them yet. So this guy's puffed up a little bit. Okay. Take care. Cast iron pan. And I'm going to oil him up. Nose is still going. Something's got my science is going nuts. Spread the oil around in the pan. Was that meant to Western? A little salt over the top. I'm a horrible typer. I feel so hard when I'm in chat. Streamer asks me a question, it'll be 5 minutes before I can respond. And that's not when I'm hanging out in the kitchen. I watch streams in the kitchen all the time, and I just can't respond. I pay no attention to chat. I am a habitual lurker. Ooh. Our yolks may be done. Let's take a look at our yolks. Hi there. Yeah, pretty close. I'm gonna give them a little bit more longer. Give them a flip. The bottoms are still a little bit wet. Yeah, I need a pro lurker emote to go with who is it has the pro streamer one is it's Jordan Lane's Eklo. Get the pro lurker with the pro streamer. I should get some water going for this pasta. I basically, like, I do it more to, I actually, like, feel bad to just straight lurk in someone's channel. I do it, but I still feel like I should say hello or hi, especially with here in Twitch where it matters to metrics if you're chatting or not, apparently. I mean, I'm not in any rush or believe I have any chance of getting partner anytime soon. But, yeah. Apparently, in order to be a partner, it's not just 75, it's 75 of your own viewers and that are chatting. Unless I'm wrong on that. I think that's what the requirement is. Not that I sort of doubt it's worth it to just like do an all out, you know, focus on being a partner. I'm interested in the money and benefits it could potentially get me, but after Mixer, I'm certainly not interested in investing a ton of time in a platform only to have them not care about me. Yeah, it's getting that time of night this time of year. I get the sun coming in my door window, which is small little, and it's wavy privacy glass too, so it's sort of a streaky light on top of it. Makes for some nice, interesting photos sometimes, but generally annoys me more than benefits my photos. One of the few windows I don't have covered at this point since it's been so hot. Thank you, Fenris. Yeah, the extra was $1 or something like that per sub is not earth-shattering. And so it's not worth the effort. But sponsorships? I don't know what sort of sponsorships you're going to get with art. I'm sure you could find them. I certainly know there's sponsorships in the cooking world. I don't have any, but they exist. What do you mean for events? Sponsorship, I was meaning more vendors are going to pay more attention to a partnered member than affiliate. Well, there's events and there's sponsored streams, but there's also paid placement. You look at Bon Appetit. I stopped watching the Bon Appetit YouTube videos like a month or two before they imploded. Just because I was getting so annoyed at how many obviously paid placements were in their videos. And there's that one video they did with Ninja. They had they were sitting there cooking on $1,500 induction ranges back to back when there's a row of stoves like 5 feet from 'em. It's... Well, there's also all these new products that are coming in that are realizing the advertising power of streamers and are selling all sorts of stuff. I mean, we're back to selling powders for drinks. But there's all sorts of them along that line. You've got, manscaping. You've got, well, heck, Gillette and them are in the game now, and Charmin's doing streamer stuff with Tim. Wow. Allergies just killing me tonight. I was at least hopeful I might get when I first started in streaming. Thought I might get a few. I mean, I live here in Sonoma. I thought I might get a few vineyards, be like, here, throw our wine in front of everyone. But then it turned out you couldn't do that with Mixer. So now I might be back to trying that again, but I got too many other things still to deal with. Thank you for that follow, Mr. Dark Stuff. Welcome to my kitchen. I know, it's like the dude, he's dead. Now, I assume that Twitch, I don't know for sure, but I assume since they have the emotes and everything like that, Twitch has gotten the rights to do Bob Ross. Sort of doubt they got the rights from Anthony Bourdain. Sort of doubt they got the rights for Iron Chef either. I stacked that there maybe 4 or 5 days ago, and it just now falls over randomly. Of course, I have dark stuff. That one's just our hard one to miss. That's right there on Highway 12. it's the right vineyard, I think I've actually had someone saber a bottle for me there. Yeah, it makes sense, class. I know they have. He has 3 or 4 employees. Even still today. It's just rising a little bit. I was sort of shocked. Just sort of randomly trying this yeast flatbread garlic thing on a whim. And it's doing okay. Let's go see how our egg yolks are doing. They were pretty close before. I think they're probably done. There we go. Yeah. Need to cool down, but I think those are good. So we have our cured egg yolks. And as they cool down, they're a little bit of bouncy, a little bit flexy right now, but they're gonna. If you're familiar with those little like mozzarella baby bells, that's what these guys feel like. They feel like a miniature wheel of mozzarella. And so those guys are great. Just grated on top of. They're great for umami. Give you that really deep, eggy flavor. And thank you. I'm gonna use them tonight, grated over the whole dish. Just nice bright yellow over the top of the dark red. I was hoping dark red pasta looks more like tan pasta. And our braised ribs. No, still bothering me. Last time I did 2 eggs. This time I did 4. But great over salads. I don't know what else. S'more broad. Any of those dishes where you want to do like grated white and yolk. These are going to give you better depth of flavor. Nan Reader, they did get a bit more opaque with the drying. When I washed them off, they were like glass basically. So have to wonder, maybe have to get a food scientist to figure that one out. There might be a way to do that and have like glass egg yolks. That'd be interesting. Didn't end up using my chicken stock. Is that a battle ready I'm hearing? We are ready. So, battle time. Welcome, Kaboom, Nick Pack. I think we got this one covered. Okay. Back to cooking fun. Add some salt to our water while we're waiting on things. See how those are doing there. In fact, I think I'm going to flip these guys over now for a little bit. Debating how long I want to let this proof. It is bubbling up a little bit. I think I want to let that sit another 10 or 15 minutes, but I'm going to put it over here where I'll get a little more warm. Picture for the Instagrams. Well, and for the Discord. The last guy I'm not going to wrap up. I'm going to use probably at least half of them tonight. Actually, I'm not 100% sure how well this is going to grate right now because this is still warm and cooling down a little bit. I'm feeling like this is maybe something you want to wait. If you're doing it yourself, I'm going to try and do it here fresh right now. But you're doing this yourself right now, I'm going to say it's probably a better bet if you let these chill out, cool down in the fridge, and then use them for something. Actually, I'm going to wrap this guy up and throw him in the fridge too, because it's going to be 30 minutes, an hour here until I'm wrapping up this dinner. But individual little yolk packs. Throw those up here with my butter. Well, they're now dehydrated. Technically, you could keep them forever, but yeah. I wouldn't trust them after a month or two, but they should be safe. It's another one of those things where it's probably going to be not near as tasty before it's actually like bad for you. A lot of food's that way, to be honest, though. Warhol's company. I'm not familiar with that one. Or you mean Andy Warhol? Let me go see if I can't turn the bathroom fan or open the bathroom window. It may be just as warm outside that it is in here, but it's not warmer anymore. We're getting there. Not quite there, but we're getting there. I think I'm gonna turn these guys back over once again and get this back up to a little bit of a boil again. Oh, I think I have one started. Do I have one started? I do. I have some nasty butter to add on top of it. Yay. Another 10 seconds. Gonna take our bread, our quick a la minute yeast flatbread, and butter that with some of our, or coat that with some of our nasty leftover butter here. Sort of my ode to crazy bread here. And into the oven. 350 degrees. Let's see how that looks in 15 minutes. Water's sort of at a boil. I've got that turned down a bit. I'm still sort of waiting to see if this, still feeling like this meat needs a little bit more time. Need to be fall off the bone here. Welcome, Seth. Seth McNish. Welcome. Now that I'm thinking of your name, thank you for your follow. I believe you're my 200th follow here on Twitch. Back to 200 followers again, that's good. I had intended to add you to my auto shoutouts, but you, along with several other people from between now and my last stream, didn't make it into my bot. Just sort of waiting on things to finish cooking here. We got our short ribs braising on the stove. They're pretty much there. They just not quite fall apart yet. I've got 10 minutes on yeast flatbread that I sort of did last minute that's in the oven. We've got some cured yolks that I just finished. It'll be good for grating on top of salads or on tonight's pasta dish. That's already feeling a lot more like I was saying, like solid piece of cheese. It just needed to cool down a little bit. And we have red wine pasta that's looking a little bit more gray than red, but there is wine in there. Now we got our neighbor's dog joining in the party. I think I'll close the window here so we don't have to listen to him. Do like cats and dogs. I'm just allergic to them to myself, so unfortunately don't have a here at my house to sit here and show off to you guys. I know that seems to be the streamer thing to do, to sit here and whenever you have a pause in your stream, show off your pets or your baby. But don't have those. Need to have a picture of my raised bed garden to put up there when everyone wants to see photos of my loved ones. Ooh, that's feeling a little better now, though. We're getting there. Just keep flipping and squeezing. One of these days it'll be nice and squishy. I haven't said a whole lot. I talked about it a bit when I started, but it's been sort of interesting wine. Name is very fitting. I mean, it needs to be with some meat. pretty smooth wine. A little bit of a punch to wake you up. Bit of an oak. But yeah, it's just got this meaty umami yumminess to it that need to have this with food. Or at least where I am sitting here smelling all this lovely food. Save this guy for later. Some other cooking job. I'm not going to drink him. I was thinking of doing a cream sauce to go with this to help thicken that sauce up, but I don't think we're going to need it. I think we got enough of a sauce there to go. That was half because I have too much dairy around the house. I need to use dairy for something. It's gonna go bad. Fan back on. Especially now that we can pull air from outside and make things nice and cool again. I think I'm gonna only boil one serving of pasta here. I'm not gonna do like I did on Wednesday. It turned out great. That pasta on Wednesday was amazing. It rolled out great. It cooked well. It held well. It held well for 2 days in the fridge. But even still, I think I'm only gonna boil one serving of this tonight. Save the rest for me. Boil it tomorrow. We'll see how this turns out. I'm half sitting here hoping that I'm gonna put this in the water. It's gonna just turn red. I don't think it's going to, but I keep hoping. This guy's feeling pretty close. Making me think I should turn the pan here. Which I shall do. How we looking on dough? We got another minute and a half on our bread. Let's take a look at our bread. That looks like bread. I think it's going to need another little bit longer than that, though. So I think I'm actually going to send that time right now. I'm gonna try and start, like, finish pouring the bottle during the stream. Cause sort of that weird thing where you want... I got into cooking earlier on because I'd be in the kitchen all day and not be hungry. Drinking wine. I'll drink wine on stream here, and then I'll end up with a glass with dinner, and I won't drink it with dinner. I don't know what the odd mentality there is, but I keep ending up and not finishing that last glass. Or struggling to. I mean, it's not... It's more the fact that I don't want to leave, like, one glass behind that I'm trying to finish a bottle. But... battle is ready to begin. Well, let's see who gets the chest. Omikaboom went straight for it. Victory. Mr. Dark Stuff with the win. Thank you for joining the battle. I think you're new in here. And I'm gonna go up right the center. Ooh, epics. This will either be the last battle of tonight, or I will... This is probably going to be the last battle of tonight. But if not, I'll do one more and finish it off after stream, after I've raided someone else. Just so you guys planning ahead here as far as your gaming. Getting closer with those. The beef, they're better every time I give them a squish. This guy's getting better. This guy is really close. This guy needs a little bit more time. Let's read if there was any Formula One drama after the race today. What's up with this song? That is not chill music to me. Yeah, places the podium places in tonight's race were just ridiculous. A minute and a half ahead of everyone else. Let's see what we got for bread. Up an attempt to 400. Giving it another 5 minutes. No browning whatsoever. I didn't see anything there as far as Formula One news. Let's see what's happening on streamer Twitter. Turned up the heat there for a second to counteract that it was just getting too low in the pan. So I added a bit more water, turned up the heat. Starting to smell that bread. Small guy's starting to get there. These two big guys. This guy is almost there, more on this side than the other side. This guy needs the most time of everyone, I think. basically. ESPN. Is this the race that killed off the 2020 F1 championship? Yep. It's over. It's Lewis's. But I think everyone knew that going into this season. Still not there. Still want to give that another 5 minutes. Yep. Put all the restaurants outdoor and then we have a heat wave. That's not good. And small businesses just can't win right now. Thanks, Big David. You've been lurking there this whole time? Just about ready on that bread. Got the bread in the oven. I've been waiting on the short ribs here to get the pasta going. They're getting close. This guy's looking a lot better than... This guy is the worst of the bunch right now. This guy's basically done. Nice. Nice. Being busy right now? Being home counts for... I have a lot of problem with that, though. That was always my biggest problem with running a business, was separating home and work. Hopefully you're a lot better at that than me. But even if you have more work to do, it's a heck of a lot nicer to be able to do it your own lazy boy. Well, that was really my thing. I couldn't turn the business mind off. Found myself, doing personal things and spending personal time and worrying about business. Well, then you got almost a whole week to wait. Awesome. I think I'm gonna go with that. Hit that up with a bit more butter. A little bit of that grated stuff. And there you go, homemade crazy bread. I have a feeling this might be a little bit better than the... Ooh. In fact, I'm gonna get that out of the pan to cool down. Smells like crazy bread in my house right now. I mean, straight up. No. You get to hang out over here. Got a sneeze again. Ah. Okay. I think I'm ready to go with this guy here. This guy is ready. This guy wants a little bit more time to carry over. So we'll give him a little bit more time. We'll reserve him for tomorrow. We'll get our pasta going. We'll get our not red wine pasta cooking. Oh yeah. Crunchy, soft, garlicky, cheesy. Just yum. So there's our not red wine pasta. Sort of depressing. Pour the last of our melted butter over the top of that. Want to give ourselves a little height to our pasta. So we put our giant monstrosity of a beef rib on top. Still don't know which I want to go with here. I think I'm going to go with this guy. Cut the heat on this. Cut the heat on everything here. Time to cool this house down. But yeah, that's ready. There we go. Giving a close look here. Got our short rib and our not red wine pasta. Rather depressed with the pasta. Get ourselves an Instagram shot. I keep saying it. I put my photos all over the place. I'm saying Instagram, but this is going on Discord. This is going on Twitter, most likely. Sort of put the most stuff on Discord the second most on Instagram and the third most on Twitter. Twitter gets a few things that Instagram doesn't, but Discord gets it all. And we have our egg to grate over top. So now that it's cooled down, it's actually a little bit more glassy once again. But sort of like a pizza mozzarella, like I was saying before. It's got some bounce to it. Feels like it's got some tension. And yeah, it grates like that. So if you want to add like yellow sparkly, there you go. Notice it's still bothering me. Awesome. Yeah, it's a great little hack to hold whole bunch of egg flavor into something. Give it that nice color pop. Good little trick. So let's see. Let's wait for this last game. We got 3.5 minutes here. We'll wrap up this last game. We'll find someone to host up. You'll have to stop. You'll stop having to listen to me sniffle. Deal with my running nose. But as with most dried things, I'm going to put this in the fridge to keep it nice and in good condition. But it's dried, so don't have to put it in the fridge. And I am individually wrapping them so that they stay nice and dry. That's really the thing you got to worry about. You want to keep them dry. You put them in a position where they're going to absorb moisture from your refrigerator, and they'll absorb it, and then they'll get moldy. So don't want to do that. Let's see what we got going on here tonight. All sorts of weird things going on World of Twitch tonight. Mr. Darkstealth helped me out with the epic character in the battle, the stream battle, the stream raid. Mr. Darkstuff with all sorts of stuff in there. Thank you, thank you. And Nick Pack, thank you for joining the battle. Sort of annoyed with how that pasta turned out. That was got decent flavor. It's got a decent chew to it. Not really getting any red wine though. I mean, yeah. I was really hopeful. It had to have been whatever wine they were using. Maybe they were using a wine with a dye in it. But looking at those photos, like I just wanted that like beet blood red noodles, and I'm gonna have to use some sort of dye if I'm gonna get it that color. All right, battle time. Last battle of the night. Bear is just tearing everything up. Nipac's right there with the kills and assists, but wow, my guy's still plugging along. Do we have any healers on the field or something? Victory. Congrats, Mr. Dark Stuff. Alright, so I'm not going to start the next battle. Let's see who we can read up tonight. Excuse me. Alright. So, thank you all for joining me tonight. I will be back here on Wednesday. No plans yet for next week. Either Friday or Sunday, I will give you the promise. Now, I'm going to break down that ham. So, I'm going to break down another whole ham on stream here next week. That'll probably spread out until the week after that. But I'm going to need more time than Wednesday to defrost that big boy. So, don't know my plans for Wednesday. Be a surprise. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to go enjoy this delicious food. I hope you go enjoy hanging out with Very Silly. He is the creator of my emotes, my designs, but his work. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have a great night.